Hi, everybody. Day two of our cooler weather. It started yesterday, of course, with the temperature of 66 degrees. This was the Portland Spirit camera downtown. This afternoon, just starting to see some clearing of the cloud deck. It's like yesterday. I think we're the sunniest overall across the area right now that we have been all day. Like Sunday, it's taken a while to kind of clear out the clouds. And like yesterday, it does appear that most of the high temperatures are going to be somewhere around that 65, 66 degree mark. So generally, it looks like mid 60s are going to turn out to be the highs this afternoon. And most of those have come in this 4 or 5 o'clock hour. Our weather pattern is pretty quiet. This is the surface map. Radar was showing some light showers that popped up in the 11 o'clock hour this morning and continued into mid-afternoon, mostly up in southwest Washington. But I've had a hard time finding anybody saying, hey, I got some rain. Any wetting was probably a trace to maybe 0.01, just 1/100th of an inch of rain at most. Most of us have just been dry today. You can see on the surface map a little low and weak trough line that's migrated across Washington, again, that kicked off a little spritz of some light showers in scattered spots late this morning. What this map does not show you is an upper level low pressure system that is the center of the cool weather that we're having. I mean, normal high is 70, which means a normal sunny day would be like 75. A normal day with maybe a shower chance and clouds would be about 65. So we're kind of right there in that wheelhouse. Anyway, the upper level low still with us tomorrow. And then that moves off on Wednesday. As it moves off on Wednesday, we'll start to see our temperatures warm up. But I want to let you know before I move on, one of the big headlines on this Monday is that at this point, and obviously things could change. All I can do as a forecaster is tell you what the modeling is showing right now. And right now, I looked at several models. None of them show 90-degree temperatures in Portland, Salem, or Vancouver here on the west side of our state all the way through mid-June. I stopped looking, I think, June 18th, because at some point it's like, okay, things are going to change probably, right? But between now and mid-June or June 18th, I don't see any 90-degree heat, okay? It's mostly pretty comfortable weather, maybe a few 80s here and a few 80s there. All right, so there will be a chance of mostly some traces of rain again set up tomorrow, and then that's it. We're not looking at any weather systems anytime soon. Again, we're going to have some dry, warming weather come in midweek. Winds have been pretty quiet. Yesterday we had the breezy west winds bouncing about 25 miles per hour with the advection of the cool air coming in. Did I misspell this? I shouldn't make excuses. I mean, it's not an excuse. I get frustrated with myself because I'm doing so many things and then I pop up something and I often don't catch the typo until I'm doing a presentation. So obviously it's not the way you spell Canadian. I apologize for that. But this is an image. This was from the Canadian Press back on May 10th of the wildfires burning. As of Sunday evening, Canadian media reporting basically 85 active large wildfires burning, mostly along the 3 western provinces of the state, especially Alberta has been hit pretty hard with wildfires. Now, we've had people wondering about the wildfires, wondering about the smoke, because we've had some wildfire smoke in Oregon going back to last week. I really don't think any of that was from Canada. I think that fire was from a couple of prescribed burns. Again, it is forest fire management season here in Oregon. A lot of prescribed burns going on, typically, to help dampen the fire threat once the fire season gets going. There was a fire that my camera at Aspen Lakes Golf Course caught in the Deschutes National Forest earlier today. A little bit of smoke, but not much. Here are the air quality numbers. This was from this morning, DEQ. Notice all the green dots in Oregon and Washington. That's all good. This graphic is courtesy of KGW-TV. Of course, the information is from DEQ, and that's all government available information to you. I do want to point out the red dots on healthy air in Montana, down into Wyoming, and kind of a mix of moderate to green air quality all the way into Minnesota. And in fact, there are moderate air quality readings all the way to the East Coast, places like New England down into Connecticut, for what is believed to be wildfire smoke ascending southward across the border into the United States, but then blowing off to the east. The wind flow is from west to east, so none of this is really migrating down into the northwest at this time. Here is what the, again, courtesy of KGW-TV, the weather modeling was showing for potential smoke. There was a controlled burn in the Deschutes National Forest earlier today, but the wildfire maps saying that's not big enough to really pick up any noticeable smoke. Some controlled burns up in central Washington, south of Yakima, and you can see here some of that smoke getting down toward Pendleton on the Oregon side. And those are from controlled burns. So no issue there. I don't know if that's a controlled burn or a wildfire over here in Idaho. You can see the smoke plume right there. But for us, so far everything has been just a little bit of smoke from wildfires. So that's not a big concern. I mentioned as of Sunday night, I may have misspoke, 83 wildfires burning. Over 1 million acres burned across the 3 western Canadian provinces. So that continues to be a big concern. And somebody wanted to know, when are the fires going to burn out? I mean, some of the fires are pretty big. Literally, some of those could be hot spots going well into the summer season. This is the drought monitor for Canada. So I hope you find this interesting. It's a topic people have been inquiring about. And, you know, abnormally dry. Again, we're looking at British Columbia and Alberta and the 3 western provinces here. Notice there is a severe drought around Edmonton. You can see it right there down into near the Calgary area. And this is a bullseye of wildfire activity. It's interesting, though, when I really looked into the data, they had decent April rainfall like we did. But that heat wave that we had that set in the first part of May hit Canada much harder. And really, if you read the wildfire discussions for Canada, despite some below normal precipitation areas, there's more emphasis being put on the unusual hot weather the first part of May being to blame for the ignition of some of these fires. So that's kind of the general setup. And with over 1 million acres burned and some hot fires burning, you know, we're going to be running out of time to get some good wetting. They would need some good weather systems coming in through May into early June to really douse those fires. And if they don't get that, a lot of those fires will just continue burning, or at least be a hot spot, all the way through into the summer season. So let's talk about our weather pattern real quick. It's kind of boring, not much going on. This is the upper level pattern today. There's that upper level system centered over Washington that triggered at least a few scattered traceable rain showers this morning into early afternoon. Cool 60s. That's going to continue to give us a shower chance tomorrow, although tomorrow's the day that this starts to weaken and pull out. And by Wednesday, there's some morning clouds, but no rain chance. And with afternoon clearing on Wednesday, we'll start to warm up. And as I'll show you a moment on the 7-day, chance of 80-degree temperatures actually showing up as early as Thursday and Friday, but I think just a couple of days. And then we go into the holiday weekend. And I told you this yesterday. I still feel like the models haven't really decided what to do for the holiday weekend. There are 0 signs it's going to be hot. The main question I have as a forecaster is Saturday, Sunday, Monday going to be in the 70s or the 60s? Is it going to be a mix of both? Is there going to be a legitimate shower chance? Those answers I don't feel have been answered yet. But this is the American model this is actually Monday, but actually the weather models show a pretty similar setup for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But notice on Monday, that's a 769 pressure height, kind of a weak trough. That would open the door for, if we have a lot of clouds, it would struggle to hit 70. It would open the door for at least a shower chance. Nothing big. It would be just a little dab or nothing at all. Here's what the temperature departure map is really from this week, from today, going all the way into Monday. Now remember, we have a couple warm days coming up. So it's going to be a mix of a couple warm days near 80 and then back to some cooler days below normal, and normal is 70. So you average it all out. The white would be normal. The blues down in the Mid-Willamette Valley would be 2.5 degrees Fahrenheit below normal. So this is pretty comfortable weather, right? I mean, the averages I think are going to be pretty close to normal, with a couple days, as I mentioned, being above 70 and maybe a couple days being below. And with that said, here's my 7-day. We'll hold on to that chance of a traceable bit of rain through tomorrow. If anything, we might see partly cloudy skies develop sooner in the day on Tuesday. And if so, that would get us a little bit warmer than we were today in the mid-60s. I'll go 68. I mean, if we break out into loss, I suppose we get at 70. Morning clouds, and then we just clear out and have a lot of sun Wednesday afternoon, 75, no rain chance. And here's the warmer weather, 80 Thursday, 82 Friday, plenty of sunshine. And then we get more of a reinforcing westerly flow. That drops us into the 70s on Saturday, a day that could still have a good bit of sunshine, maybe a noticeable breezy west wind. And then Sunday for now, I've got dry, but believe me, I'm eyeing a shower chance, and I threw a shower chance in on Memorial Day, 74 degrees. But understand, These 2 days have the potential to be more like 67 degrees with a shower chance, but they also have the potential to be more like dry and upper 70s. So that's the potential scenario we're watching over the holiday weekend. Okay, I hope I answered enough of your questions. If you're wondering what was going on up north and if we had any of that wildfire smoke coming into our skies, our forecast is pretty simple. I still think it's probably going to be Wednesday, not tomorrow, but Wednesday, before the weather models really start to fine tune on a better description of what to expect over the holiday weekend. So hang in there until then. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. Please do so if you haven't done so, and I'll talk to you soon.